Help! I got certified 3 months ago. Where is my job? Everyone wants experience. Hi there, and welcome back. To learn how to break into the industry, watch this video right here. But if you're here to learn more about what it takes to outsmart the job paradox, okay, well, we're going to cover that. But first, I don't typically say this because my videos are for the most part seen all the way through. But just in case this was going to be the one time, let me tell you, it will be to your greatest advantage to listen to every single word of this video and all the way to the end. I feel an urgency in my soul to actually warn you about this up front, because to not do so would be like shooting yourself in the foot. To ensure that you receive the full impact of the guidance in this video, here's the quick backstory. We got an email that said, "Miss Ortega, thank you for your video on getting the job. I did everything you said. I even sent my videos to 2 different companies last week. I have an interview next week with one of the places that got my video, so please say a prayer for me. My issue right now, however, is that I have a company reaching out to me that I didn't get to send a video to." Well, you see, the thing is, I just got some advice from another YouTube channel that I should apply for all positions, including the ones that say they're looking for experience. And that's great, because that's exactly what you said too. But this other YouTuber is teaching that before I go to this interview, I should first let them know that I don't have any experience so that I don't waste my time and I don't waste their time. I feel sick about that because I feel like I'd be self-sabotaging the entire opportunity. Do you agree with this advice? Okay, what? Do I agree with this advice? No way, negative ghostwriter. Zip the lip and get them to bring you in. Attention, calling all A-gamers. In a situation where there was no prior video, get in front of the prospective employer at all cost. Once you get in front of the prospective employer, getting the job no longer hinges on experience. It now hinges on your ability to persuade them on why you're the obvious choice. Go in there looking all sharp and kill it in the interview using the techniques that I taught you in this video. Because the last thing you want to say is something like, "Oh, are you sure you want me to come in? Because, I don't have any experience." Okay, what? What? Are you kidding me? Ugh! This is your opportunity to let them see your enthusiastic and passionate demeanor. This is your shot at showcasing your certainty and self-confidence that you are the best choice for the job. This is your chance to demonstrate to them what makes you valuable, and at the same time, bigger than anything else, this is your moment to obliterate their must-have experience stipulation. The fact of the matter is, them asking for experience can absolutely be defeated. But what is undefeated are the techniques that you've been armed with once again from this video right here. And guess what? None of this has anything to do with having experience. I get excited just thinking about such a glorious opportunity. Remember what I taught you. Show them your value by articulating some of your accomplishments where you can highlight some of the transferable skills that allowed you to make big impacts in the past. Showcase your skills by... Oh man, I wish I could get back into teaching all this again, but I can't because I've already made that video. So look, just be sure and watch this video right here, okay, if you haven't already. The point is, unless you followed my closing techniques for the video that I asked you to make, under no circumstance tell them, are you sure you want me to come in because I have no experience? What? Guys, please be careful on taking advice from other channels. Please just make sure you all are executing on the right advice. I say that because once again, it is imperative that you hold your tongue about something like this in this situation. A mindset that thinks wasting my time or their time will only set you up to go down a rabbit hole that you simply do not want to go down, one where you'll never get a job. By the way, if you ever leave an interview knowing you nailed it, but for whatever reason they don't offer you the job, please know this. Don't waste a single second thinking about it and talking about it. Instead, rest assured that this was not gonna be the right environment for you. It didn't have the right kind of people, and nothing about it was gonna be right. And leave it at that. I say this because job rejections are almost always blessings in disguise. In other words, the employer who rejected you just did you a huge favor because by saying no, they redirected you to the path that actually belongs to you. I'm not saying this to baby you. I'm saying this because it's the truth. I mean, think about it. Think about all the times you wanted something so bad. The boyfriend, the marriage, the house, the job. But then God came and just slammed the door on it shut. How many times have you looked back and said, "Thank you, God, for saying no"? Don't be sitting there thinking, "Oh my gosh, they just didn't like me. I did something wrong. What's wrong with me?" No, stay mentally strong. Protect your mind at all cost. Which, by the way, well, I've got more for you in just a moment, but while I'm thinking about it, let me take a quick pause from this topic to cover a very real issue. Because if I don't bring this up and teach you about this, I'd be doing you a pretty damaging disservice. So to that end, know that what I'm about to say comes from a place of love, okay? From wanting the very best for you and just a genuine concern to ensure that you are equipped and empowered for your best possible future. I want to teach everyone who's tuned in right now that you do not see things in life as they are. You actually see things in life as you are. You see, the quality of your life is directly linked to the quality of emotions that you experience on a daily basis. Think about it for a second. For the majority of your life, are you filled with empowerment, fulfillment, peace, and certainty? Or, for the majority of your life, are you filled with fear, anxiety, stress, and uncertainty? It's a really scary thing when you think about it because the very definition of stress is fear of loss. And fear kills emotional and intellectual growth. It is everything that we protect our minds and that we are operating at peak mental states at all times. Listen up, everybody. We either choose to pour our energy into a problem, or we choose to pour our efforts into resolving it. If for whatever reason you spend more energy on "no one wants to hire me without experience," you're gonna repeat this as a problem over and over and over again in your mind and to everyone else. The more you think about it and talk about it, the more you're gonna lose perspective. And now you've paralyzed your mind and can't come up with sound, tactical, and strategic solutions to solve the problem. Or as I like to better put it, not a problem, but opportunity. This is important because your emotions dictate your outlook on life, including your outlook on getting the job. You either have a chip on your shoulder, pessimistic DNA, or you have a whatever it takes, optimistic DNA. In other words, if you keep professing no one will give me a job because I have no experience, you're gonna keep summoning negative outcomes. People think that the problem is their lack of experience. No. The real problem, however, is that your mind is not set on getting them to hire you anyway. If this is you, start doing a mind switch on your thinking. Suffocate your negative emotions and mindset with certainty. When the words like "I can't find a job" formulate in your mind, you gotta do an instant mind switch. It's not a problem, but an opportunity to conquer and win. You know, it's real hard to beat a person who doesn't ever give up. Watch how instantly you straighten up, you smile, you roll up those sleeves of yours, you get a pep in your step, and you celebrate the fact that you're going to do whatever it takes to get the job of your dreams. I'm serious, you gotta fix the mindset, because remember, you're gonna have to bring you with you everywhere you go for the rest of your life. And as long as you keep this old mindset, you're never gonna reach the higher levels of fulfillment that are meant for you. Day after day, I see these poor me, I give up, victimizing mindsets on medical coding forums. It actually stuns me because you won't find those kind of mindset over on our forum. I have zero tolerance for wasteful thinking. I tell you, I run a tight ship over there on my medical coding forum. No way. We do everything we can to teach all of this to the members on our forum, because a very, very scary truth is that hundreds of qualified candidates are disqualified daily because they cannot pass a personality exam with human resources. Anytime you fail the personality exam, you need to understand your resume never even makes it to the hands of the hiring manager. Now, if you're gonna fight me on any of this, if you insist on debating my perspective against yours, all I can say is that all the people who are achieving right now, all the high achievers and high performers, know it's all about our emotional mindset, our emotional intelligence. Now listen, before submitting a ton of resumes, it's important to have a clear vision of what it is that you want. Take, for instance, if you went to school for medical coding and you're looking forward to doing medical coding, please heed this next bit of advice. Go after your most ideal job entry-level position and never compromise on what that job looks like to you. Whether that be coding or billing or charge entry or medical records, insurance, credentialing, and by the way, these are all subsections of medical coding. The point is, don't settle for a subpar job that doesn't line up with your dreams, your aspirations, and what you want. Don't do that because you're a brave coder, and conforming to a subpar job is the opposite of bravery. So it just wouldn't look good on you. Now, on the same token, if you've learned medical coding but aren't completely sold out on it, you're actually like, you know what? I just want to experience all the different avenues. You're actually open to other pathways. You're curious and excited to experience the myriad of choices. Let's not forget that taking baby steps also moves you forward. Then look to the screen, pause it, study the alternatives where you can actually still utilize all the skills that you gained in school. Just please don't take an unpaid internship. Don't spend your precious time doing practicode. Once again, your time would be way better spent practicing and rehearsing all the techniques that I've given you in this video. All right, listen, for those of you that are just insisting that, I think I'll just do an intern. I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer because, I'll just be free labor and I'll just be able to learn everything and just peep over, everybody's shoulders and I'll just be free. Surely, they'll just take me on as an intern. Okay, first of all, no, my darling. Interning and working as free labor for a company is actually very costly to a company because it means taking the high performers and asking them to spend their time mentoring an intern. Every second that they're doing that, their job duties are being compromised. Instead, mitigate that risk for the company and study this video right here. Get in there and start contributing to the actual company instead of actually costing them. Better put, for every moment that you are spending on Practicode or an internship, just remember someone else is jumping ahead of you. It makes much better sense to just instead record the video I've asked you to record and practice the way I guided you to do so. But beyond the guidance that's in this video, let me take it one step further. It is critical that you customize your resume specifically to the job description of the position that you are looking at. The last thing you ever want to do is submit a generic resume. In other words, don't use the same one for every job. For instance, if the description says something like, looking for someone that works well under high stress, you'll want to edit your resume to confirm that. Beyond that, what you want to do is keep track of all the positions that you apply for. Throw them all into a Microsoft Word or a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Make a list and put the companies into tiers. In other words, something like this. Name them maybe Tier 1. Now, those would be your favorite jobs, the ones like close to your house and, maybe it's that gorgeous building that you would just die to work at. Tier 2 would be, those would be your second choice jobs. Maybe some insurance companies, some health plans, or some organizations. Maybe you love those particular entities because they have like the best benefits. And then you'll have your Tier 3s. Now those would be, let's say, maybe some doctor's offices or maybe your favorite top multi-physician clinics. Make notes on each job by highlighting the reasons why you would love to work with this specific entity. Then once you do that, customize your resume for the different tiers. I'm giving you this advice because if you're applying to hundreds of positions, which is what you should be doing, it can get very confusing to keep up with everything. The worst thing that could happen is have an employer call you and you have no idea what on earth position they're talking about. Another great tip to pass on to you all is to make sure that you're going directly to the websites of the companies that you're looking at. You need to know that some companies either don't post at all on job engines or they haven't had the time yet to do that. This means that you'll actually be missing out on job opportunities that actually exist. But you'd have had no idea had you not gone to their actual website. Now, one of my biggest personal secrets to getting a job when I had no experience, whether that was as a medical coder, as a medical biller, as an auditor, as a trainer, as a director, as a teacher. Look, the point is, 9 times out of 10, job opportunities were actually created for me. In other words, I created opportunities where there were none. Like what I mean is they weren't even posted yet. They came about because of my outreach efforts. I'd suit up and walk into places. I asked for the hiring manager, the actual decision maker, and if I couldn't get a hiring manager, I'd leave my resume with the girls at the front desk. But listen, I'm serious. About 80% of my results came from the effort I made to make a company speed up their processes. If you really want to crush, and I mean eliminate your competitors, it is critical that you not only take insane action on applying for jobs, but also that you take insane measures to get what you want. The job market is very competitive, so you, my dear, need to be doing everything you can to get very competitive. Okay, so now that we're all suitably motivated, let me interrupt my own self real quick because I need to show you some pretty exciting slides. The first slide seen here highlights the best job search engines in the country. Be sure and post your resume on LinkedIn. My goodness, this is one massively organic platform. Be sure and post your resume on LinkedIn because you need to be using this platform. It's also a great way to connect with other like-minded coders and even hiring managers. Also, be sure to set up your own accounts on codersdirect.com, Indeed.com, simplyhired.com, and ziprecruiter.com. Once you create your own account on all of these search engines, upload your resumes to each and every one. And that way, all the hiring managers can see them. Then, of course, don't forget to sign up to get all the email alerts on all the new job postings. Oh, and while it's on my mind, don't forget to search your local temp agencies. It's always fun to work with recruiters and headhunters. It's also a good idea every now and then to do Google searches for virtual hiring events. Okay, but now on to this next slide. This slide is to teach you all of the different job titles that you can do searches on. Yeah, so just type any one of these words into the fields of the job search engines. Oh, and in case you didn't know this, you can also do searches by just typing the letters of your actual credential. But now that you've seen this list, I want to take you back real quick to the job search engines. Let me bring your attention to this website called Upwork.com. If you're interested in doing freelance medical coding jobs, be sure and also create a profile on this engine. I'm talking some awesome opportunities have come out of here. And by the way, opportunities that also include part-time hours and even contract work. And so with this slide here, I also made a list of all the different physician specialties. If you're not sure which physician specialty to pursue, by all means experiment. It's okay to work for various specialties over the duration of your career. Also take note on this slide that the various specialties have been sorted here by annual income of the physicians. I wanted to emphasize their earnings to better equip you as you make decisions on what type of specialty you get ready to apply for. You can find these specialists working in smaller private practice settings all the way to larger multi-specialty clinics. Both settings offer incredible opportunities. By the way, if you'd like to see these slides in a graphic form rather than on a video, check out the Pictures folder on the Facebook Go-To-Coders forum page. Take a look at this slide right here. This slide shows you some of the best hiring companies in the private sector. I've listed them for you here in alphabetical order, and by the way, no need to worry about whether these companies are in your city. None of them care where you live because they hire remote or virtual professionals. But yes, I want to bring your attention to this list of private sector companies. I emphasize the words private sector in order to prepare you for the next slide, because this slide, my little lovelies, offers medical coding jobs not in the private sector, but rather for the federal government. In particular, the VA, otherwise known as the Department of Veterans Affairs. The VA hires medical record technicians. That's the VA's way of saying medical coders. But yes, they offer both on-site and remote coding opportunities in the majority of all 50 states. And yes, that includes Alaska and Hawaii. In addition to the 50 states, there's also locations in Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines. The VA offers excellent pay with actual set pay increases. The VA also offers incredible medical and dental benefits, life insurance, with unbeatable retirement plans. There's also a union to help protect the working conditions and the rights of the employees. And then, of course, you're going to get all 10 of the federal holidays off. And yes, that's in addition to your accrued sick leave and paid vacation days. So once you get your foot in the door and you work as a medical coder, and someday down the road you decide to go in an entirely different direction, just know that there is massive career growth within the VA. So look, now that you've seen all of this, don't you dare take no for an answer. Never let lack of experience be a roadblock for you. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. You get back control of your own narrative. There's no time for crying that you don't have any experience. There's no time for you piddling around with no internship, and there's certainly no time for you to be muffling through hundreds of cases on Practicode. You, my dear, have got a ton of work to do. Because in addition to posting your resume on all of the job search engines that we talked about here and applying for hundreds of medical coding and billing jobs, at the same time, you need to be recording your video and rehearsing for the interview just like I teach you in this video. And my gosh, run to this website called usajobs.gov. Create your profile. Upload your resume to the VA ASAP. I hope you can hear the fire coming out of me because you, my darling, have worked way too hard to get where you are. You have earned yourself a better quality of life. So please, no more tears, no more anguish. Get certain, get laser focused, stay consistent, do the work, and get out there and prosper. Okay, well, that's about it. I better wrap this up. Just remember, your winner mindset is gonna be what is gonna exude such powerful conviction. It's contagious too, so it's gonna trigger a myriad of positive emotions from your prospective employers. Talk about sealing a deal. Oh, and by the way, the winning mindset I taught in this video can actually be applied to every area of your life and not just work. Practice them in every aspect of your life until your mind is fully renewed. You'll become an example, an inspiration, a true magnet to all those around you. Okay, so by the way, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment. Also, for direct access to me and other like-minded A-game, top-performing high achievers, don't forget to join our Go-To Coders forum. Just click the link in the description area below. That's it for now. See you next time. God bless you all.